Okay, Dulam, Arvin.
Present, ma'am.
Very good. How about Advincula?
Present, ma'am.
Very good. And Barrientos, Daryl. Yeah, this Daryl.
Present, ma'am.
Bibat, Janriel.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. John Paul, Batuto.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. Keylord, Belen.
Present, ma'am.
Very good. Seron, Lawrence.
Present, ma'am.
And then Castro. Si Castro andyan.
Present, ma'am.
Okay.
Present, ma'am.
Okay, thank you for that. Yorka.
Present, ma'am.
Okay, very good. And how about Ayo? Nathaniel Ayo. Okay. And then we have Galubag.
Present, ma'am.
Okay, thank you for that. Okay, so you are in your 11 as of 2:20. Okay, so let me have ano muna ha. Leave a message sa ating group chat para ma-inform naman yung ating yung lahat and ma-motivate din na mag-umattend. Okay? So, just wait for a while. Yan na lang natin. Same pa rin. Kung sino kahapon na nandito, is yun pa rin yung ngayon. Tama ba? Yeah, 23. So we are in the day 12 already, no? So malapit na tayong mag-end. So our last class will be this Friday actually. So later ha, pag-uusapan natin yung sinasabi ko na face-to-face. So, wait for a while. Muna natin yung attendance ninyo para also aware ang inyong teacher about your attendance and your advisor. Okay, so can you see my shared screen now? Hello? Are you
Yes,
there?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. May I request everybody to please raise a hand, okay? For me to know that you are really there. Everyone, please kindly raise your hand virtually. How about the two students? We only have two, Daryl and Mark. Kasi Mark na lang pala. Hi, Mark. Siguro nag-break pa si Mark. Sige, anyway. Sige. Okay, thank you for that. Thank you for raising your hand. Sige, i-record ko muna si Kenneth ha, bago ko makalimutan. Thank you for participation. Thank you for raising your hands virtually. Okay, i-record ko muna yung kay Kenneth at baka makalimutan natin. Okay, so we'll talk about now about our face-to-face supposedly tomorrow. Okay, so eto po kasi, di ba kanina, supposedly 1 o'clock yung start ng klase natin. But then, yun po, I am sorry to say that the face-to-face for tomorrow till Friday will not be realized for the reason of the IATF will not allow us to do that yet unless all of us is fully vaccinated. Okay? So kaya ako nag-survey kahapon kung sino yung vaccinated or not. So ang nangyari is halos lahat kayo hindi vaccinated. So with that, the IATF will not allow us to have that face-to-face yet for the meantime kasi medyo risky daw. So I am really sorry about that. Medyo late yung kanilang kanilang feedback about the thing. So kaya ang gagawin natin still hanggang Friday, we will do the online class. Okay? So again, hindi po tayo matutuloy sa face-to-face natin. We will do the online class pa din. Any question? Sorry talaga for that ha. Sorry for that. And we everything is na actually set. Naka-prepare na lahat dito sa school. Pina-prepare ko na lahat. But then yun, kaya siya nagkaroon kami ng emergency meeting because of that reason. Okay, nagkaroon ng problema about the and then yun nga ang iniisip lang din naman nila, especially the admin side, is yung risk sa inyo na side kasi hindi pa kayo vaccinated. And medyo naman nagbabanta na naman yung natin for 'di ba medyo maluwang na tayo ngayon. So parang magkakaroon na naman ng order na yun magiging strict na naman tayo. So yun hindi po tayo matutuloy. Sorry for that talaga information. Okay? So, sayang, no? Sayang magkikita na sana tayo face to face and then mas matutuunan pa natin talaga yung natin, tawag nito, topics and maturuan ko talaga kayo face to face. Okay? Iba kasi yung face to face, especially some of you, a lot of you actually don't have that gadgets and computer and resources for this kind of class. So, advantage sana on your part para to gain knowledge more, to improve more, diba, in this kind of field. Okay, but then yun nga, hindi natin hawak as of now kasi hindi natin hawak talaga yung decision making kasi yun may pina-follow tayo na mga rulings and guidelines for us to be safe. Okay? So I am really sorry for that thing and for that information. Okay, so any question po? Hello, everyone?
Ma'am.
Wala po.
Wala. Sayang, no? Sayang, magkikita na sana tayo. But anyway, so yun nga, still, we have to, ano pa rin, we really need to follow and the guidelines na binigay sa atin. But then, even having that guidelines pa rin naman, we will still continue kung ano yung nasimula natin. So, yun nga, online class pa rin tayo. Every instruction is sa online pa rin natin ipapadaan and with this kind of mode na ano natin na klase. Okay? So yun, Daryl, do you have a question? You're raising your hand.
Hantod sa ano ni ma'am? Hantod mo man yun ta ma'am, online lang ta.
Oh, hanggang 15 na, hanggang Friday na lang naman. Hanggang Friday na lang. Yung atin ha, yung sa Java, yung sa ating programming. And then you will, ang yung sa CSS ninyo, one thing, why is it ano? 'Di ba kasi yung Java natin ngayon, yung programming, yung skills na to is don't have a national assessment. So one of the reason we are not allowed to do the face-to-face because yun nga hindi naman siya national assessment na course for now. So kaya wala po tayong face-to-face and they were expecting kasi supposedly all of you has the resources for it since nasa ICT field siya, but then they don't recognize na identify that yun nga a lot of you don't have the resources for it. So but then yun nga na lang natin what they are aiming pa rin naman is for our help pa rin naman, so intindihin na lang natin. Okay, so again, for your CSS, it will start, I think it will start by Monday na, 29, with Ma'am Noeline L. Garcia. So still online pa din po yun. And then, I don't know by that time if the IATF will allow us to have a face-to-face. But then for the meantime, for that schedule, November 29. I don't know if we will move it by December 6, pero yung tentative date is November 29 ang start. Okay? So I will just add Ma'am Noeline Ma'am Noeline Garcia here sa ating chat box para at least ma-instruct din kayo about kung ano yung mga gagawin at ano yung plano ninyo throughout. Okay? So, any question?
Wala po.
Okay. So, since wala na, we will proceed with our next topic, which is the JDBC. Okay, so again, can you see my shared screen now? Which is a day 12 training session, Java Programming NC3. Hello? Everyone, can you see my shared screen now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so again, we are in a day 12 training session now. So our topic is all about JDBC. Okay, for the objective, okay, so at the end of the session, you should be able to define what is JDBC, make a connection to a database, create SQL statement, execute SQL queries in the database, then view and modify the resulting records. And then, okay, we will start with, we will define first what is JDBC. Okay, when we talked about JDBC actually, so JDBC API actually is a Java API that can access any kind of tabular data. Okay, when we say tabular data, these are data inside columns and rows. Okay, especially data stored in a relational database. Okay, relational database could be each table have a relationship with each other. Okay, so JDBC works with Java on a variety of platforms such as Windows, Mac OS, and the various version of Unix. The question is why to learn JDBC? Okay, so again, JDBC stands for Java Database Connectivity, okay, which is a standard Java API for database independent connectivity between the Java programming language and the wide range of databases. Okay, so the JDBC library includes APIs for each of the tasks that are commonly associated with database usage. And those tasks are making a connection to a database, creating SQL or MySQL statements, executing SQL or MySQL queries in the database, and then viewing and modifying the resulting records. Okay, so if you still remember kahapon, I have shown you the sample of a program with database. Okay, nakapag-add tayo, nakapag-update, nakadelete, and nakapag-search. Okay, so paano yun nangyari actually? So we have here the JDBC architecture. Okay? So, ang mangyayari is, from here, the Java application, yung mga ginagamit natin, like for example, yung NetBeans natin, the JCreator, even yung mga editor natin na ginagamit, okay, the JDoodle, yung mga online IDE, okay, we have also the Droid, NIDE. Okay, from the Java application we have, so meron tayong JDBC API. Okay, and then JDBC driver manager, then we have this JDBC driver to Oracle, and then JDBC driver to server, and JDBC driver to ODBC data source. Okay, so all we have here actually, these are the databases we have. Okay, so ang gagamitin natin is eto. Kasi eto po yung partner ng TESDA natin for the Java. Okay? So, we will use the Java application with an Oracle. Okay? Of course, hindi lang yung dalawa yung kakailanganin natin. Kailangan natin ng JDBC driver. Okay? So, we have four applications na gagamitin for us to have a program with a database using this Oracle database. Okay? So, this is the basic architecture of the JDBC we have. Okay? For the common JDBC components, we have here, so these are the JDBC API provides the following interfaces and classes. So we have the driver manager. Okay, for the driver manager, this class manage a list of database drivers. Okay, matches connection requests from the Java application with the proper database driver using communication sub protocol. Okay, so the first driver that recognizes a certain sub protocol under JDBC will be used to establish a database connection. Okay? And then another common JDBC component is driver. Okay? So this interface handles the communications with the database server. Okay? You will interact directly with driver objects very rarely. Instead, you use driver manager objects which manages objects of this type. Okay, so it also abstracts the details associated with working with driver objects. So that is our driver. Okay, and then another common JDBC component is the connection. Okay, this interface with all methods for contacting a database. Okay, the connection object represents communications context. Example, all communication with database is through connection object only. Okay, and then we have the statement. So I know you're aware of that already. We are using it again and again throughout from day 1 to day 11. Okay, so here we will still use the statement, but then of course another syntax na naman tayo. Okay, so you use objects created from this interface to submit the SQL statements to the database. Okay, so some derived interfaces accept parameters in addition to executing stored procedure. Okay, another one components is a result set. Okay, these objects will data retrieve from a database after you execute an SQL. Okay, so it acts as an iterator to allow you to move through its data. Okay, so later on you will see an example about it. Okay, and then we have SQL exception. So this class handles any errors that occur in a database application. Okay, later you will see a lot of try catch sa ating program. Okay, for us to handle the exception. Okay, so as if, diba? Exception is an error actually. Okay, an error, but then through try catch, we will let parang mandadaya tayo kumbaga na as if walang error yung ating program. Okay, so merong ganun sa side ng programming. Sabi nga nila, if we talked about programming or a programmer is really a great liar. Kasi you can show to the user that there is no any error with your program, but then actually when you dig deeper and when you see the code of the programmers, there is a lot actually. Yun nga lang, malinis lang yung pagkagawa at pagka-handle ng mga errors na yon. Okay? Again, there is no such thing as perfect. But then, as a programmer, you should know how to handle that kind of problem. Okay? So meron kasi, and remember, this application, these programming languages, these APIs is just a product na ginawa ng tao. And sabi nga nila, there's no such thing as perfect na mga application. Okay? Na mga ginagamit natin. Yun lang, you have to be a good programmer. You should know how to hide your flaws. Or else, that application will never be used or kumbaga maging popular if meron kang bugs or errors na nakikita sa program na ginagawa mo. So, kaya you really have to learn about this exceptions. Okay? We should know how to use the try and catch. Okay? Try, doon mo ilalagay yung mga codes mo. And then if ever na meron man na tawag na to, na error or bugs na mag-arise on that code, ika-catch ngayon ng catch statement natin. Okay? And then siya ang gagawa ng way na as if hindi natin yun na-encounter na error. Okay? Ganun po yung mangyayari. Okay, so we have here the packages. Okay? These are the two packages that we need for us to connect with our database. We have the java.sql and the javax.sql. Okay, so the java.sql and the javax.sql are the primary packages for JDBC 4.0. This is the latest JDBC version at the time of writing this, at this moment. Okay, and it offers the main classes for interacting with your data sources. So the new features in these packages include changes in the following areas like automatic database driving loading, exception handling improvements, okay, enhance the BLOB and CLOB functionality, connection and statement interface enhancement, national character set support, SQL row ID access, SQL 2003 XML data type support, and then annotation. So yun yung mga bagong features na meron tayo from these packages. Okay? Ito siya. Ito yung kailangan natin i-import. You still remember yung like pag kailangan natin ng scanner, we have to import the java.util.scanner. Okay? So if we need the math like for example, math classes, so we will have the java.lang, okay? If that ID will not automatically import it, diba? So in this case, we will have this java.sql and the javax.sql. Okay, so this time, any question before we will proceed to the next activity? Or
Wala po,
slide?
ma'am.
Okay, so since we didn't have any question for the meantime, so I want you to watch this video. This is really an informative one and very, what do you call it? Clear na, na video about the database. Okay? So, this one. Wait for a while. I will just share the video. Windows. And can you see it now? Yung may Java connect to Oracle database.
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay, so enjoy watching. Hopefully you will, you can have an additional information about the Java Connect to Oracle database. Okay, so medyo mahaba-haba to na na video. But then yun nga, very informative. Enjoy
Hi.
watching.
Welcome to the video Java Connect to Oracle Database with me, Nam Haming from Code Java.net. In this video, you will learn how to create a table in Oracle Database Express Edition using the Oracle SQL Developer tool. And then you will learn how to use Oracle JDBC driver, how to download Oracle JDBC driver, and how to set up Maven dependency for Oracle JDBC driver. And you will learn to write Java code that connects to an Oracle database server, and then insert a new row to a table and get all rows from the table, and finally close the connection. First, let's understand how a Java program can communicate to a database. This is our Java program, and this is Oracle database. In Java, we need to use JDBC or Java Database Connectivity to work with any database. The JDBC API defines common interfaces to let Java program to talk with any databases. And to work with a specific database like Oracle database, we need to have a JDBC driver available in the project's class path. With Oracle, we need to have Oracle JDBC driver or OJDBC. And the JDBC driver is a middle layer between the database and Java program. So in short, we need to use Oracle JDBC driver to allow our Java program to connect to Oracle database.
Ma'am, excuse me, ma'am.
Follow this
Kami
video.
makitan, ma'am.
Hindi makita.
Hello? Lahat
Nag-black
kayo
lang siya, ma'am. Wala may makitan, ma'am.
as in, Pero meron kayong naririnig.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Meron.
Yun lang, wala lang talagang
Ay.
video.
Nagagawas ma'am, tapos mawala na po.
Yun, medyo mahina yung connection. Sige. So, anong gagawin natin? So, I will explain na lang siguro, no? One by one. Teka lang. Eto ngayon, nakikita nyo.
Yes ma'am.
Okay. So,
Hi.
yan. Okay? So again, our goal for this video, okay, is for us to connect the Java application, whereas it could be NetBeans. The usual kasi ginagamit natin NetBeans, pero meron din tayong isa pa, which is sikat din siya na IDE, which is, ano ba yung, ano natin tawag, nakalimutan ko yung ano niya. Pero, Eclipse. Yeah, the Eclipse one. Okay? So we have Eclipse and then we have the NetBeans. Ito yung mga pinakasikat na mga IDE if we talked about the Java application. Okay, so our goal for this video actually is we will connect that Java programming language to our Oracle database. Okay, so next slide tayo.
Welcome to the video Java Connect to Oracle Database. Learn how to use Oracle JDBC.
Okay, so first we will create a table in Oracle Database XE. Okay, so we will
driver.
wait, what we called it? Wait lang ha, i-ano ko na lang yung yung kanyang audio para ang maano nyo na lang is akin na lang na boses. Okay? So in here, sa video na to, we will create a table in Oracle Database XE and then through Oracle SQL Developer. And then we will use Oracle JDBC driver. So first we will download ODBC driver and then set up Maven dependency. And then we will code a Java project, connect to Oracle database server, and then insert a new row to a table, and then get all rows from a table, and then close the connection. Okay? And then, in here, so, eto yung magiging ano natin. Okay? Eto yung magiging tawag natin, flow actually, from Java program. Then we have the JDBC API. So we have driver manager inside that, the connection, the statement, the result set, and a lot more. Okay? Add muna natin si Dulam. And then after that, we have this Oracle JDBC driver, which is Oracle JDBC.Oracle driver na kakailanganin. So it is just like when you use a, ano ba, mga peripherals na meron tayo. We need a driver for us to use that one. So, kailangan muna natin mag-install. Like for example, sa printer natin. So, bago natin magamit yung printer natin, we have to install a driver. Okay? Para mag-connect yung printer at the same time, yung ating, it could be laptop or desktop. Okay? So, same with this one. Okay? So, even if it is we're just talking about software, we still need a driver para mag-connect yung isang software natin at saka isa pang software natin. And then, yan from that, so we have the OGDBC already. Doon, magkakaroon na ng si OGDBC makikipag-usap or communicate with our Oracle database. And then, as you can see, the arrow here is a two-way kasi nga, from here, pupunta dito, and then pupunta dito, then pupunta sa ating Oracle database naman. Okay, and then pabalik po yan siya. Okay, pabalik siya from Oracle database, and then back to OJDBC we have, and then JDBC API, then back to Java program, and in that way, magkakaroon na tayo ng output. Okay, so kumbaga, from here, sa Java program natin, input tayo, pupunta kay Oracle database. And then, Oracle database to Java program is magiging output naman tayo. Okay? So yun. Proceed tayo with the next. Okay, so ito yung mga required software programs natin. Okay, so this one, okay, so we have a Java development kit, but then the usual actually, if you will install your Java programming language IDE, kasali na sa Java development kit. So, you don't have to worry about it. And then, kung wala kayong Eclipse kasi ang ginamit nila dito instead of the NetBeans. Okay? Kung wala kayong Eclipse, then you can have a NetBeans na. You don't have to install an Eclipse pa. Okay? So, another one is the Oracle Database Express XE server. So, eto yung magiging connector natin ngayon from our Java programming language to our SQL developer tool o yung natin mismo kung saan tayo gagawa. Okay, etong Oracle SQL developer tool natin, it could be doon tayo mano-mano mag-work with making a table, having or adding a data inside the table or creating a database. Okay? But then, of course, pag meron na tayong Oracle Database Express server, we can directly have access to that database na. So we don't have to go to the developer tool pa. Okay, but then in initial part in terms of the Oracle database connection, we need the Oracle SQL developer tool talaga. Okay, as you have observed sa if you check your Google Classroom, andun etong apat na to. The Oracle Database Express XE Server, Oracle SQL Developer Tool, and yung pala, hindi Eclipse ang nandun, the Apache, and then we have also the OJDBC driver. So, yun yung pong apat na yun ang kakailanganin natin for us to have a connection to a database from our Java programming language. Okay? So, next is, wait lang ha. So, if you want to download, okay? If you want to download the Oracle XE natin, so nandito lang po siya. Ito po yung kanyang ano yung tawag? Address. So, you can download an installer in here. Okay? And then we have also for the Oracle JDBC driver, okay, eto lang din. Pero again, nasa Google Classroom lang po lahat yung ating installer. So you didn't have to look for it pa. Okay? So provided na lahat ng installer natin, all you have to do is download that one and install that one in your unit. Okay? And don't you worry, all of that is free actually. Wala tayong nilabag na ruling about intellectual property and about using a illegal software. Okay? So, safe po tayo doon lahat. Free po yun lahat. Okay, now, the first thing that you will do, okay, in creating or connecting to a database is you will create a table in Oracle Database XE, okay, using Oracle SQL Developer. Okay, then use Oracle JDBC driver, download OJDBC driver, set up Maven dependency, code a Java project, connect to Oracle database server, insert a new row to a table, get all rows from a table, then close the connection. Okay, so gagawin yan siya lahat dito, okay? Okay, let me check muna. Nakikita nyo na yung yung video. Hindi na siya black screen.
Black
Gihapon,
screen
ma'am.
po. Black po, ma'am. Okay na, ma'am.
Okay na naman. Pero pag once na pinopost ko, naman siya. Hindi naman siya black.
Pagbalik sa normal, ma'am.
Okay. Sige. Observe niyo muna, wait lang. Lang natin to ha. Actually, the SQL may pa talaga, may advertisement pa talaga. Okay? Okay? So, ang SQL server naman, you didn't have to, what we call that, install it kasi executable file na siya. So, hindi mo na siya kailangan siyang i-ano. But then, of course, may initialization siya, but then installation is not really. So, eto po yung this is the interface for our SQL developer. Okay, so dito tayo gagawa ng ating database, initial database. Okay, so andito yon. Okay, so with the password po siya, when you install, when you use this one, with the password siya, but then you can, naman, choose not to put a password actually. So, yun lang. If you are talking about database, we have to put a password talaga for security purposes. Especially, like ang mga program mo is very talaga, yung need ng privacy. And all of the system actually need naman ng privacy. Kaya we need really a password. Especially siguro if you are talking about the banking system, about money itself. Okay? So, kailangan natin talaga ng password. But then again, it's a choice. It's not a mandatory one. Okay, so ito yung mga tables natin. Kakailanganin natin yan siya. Okay, later. Of course, depende pa din kung ano yung table na kakailanganin mo. And katulad ng katulad ng ating tawag nito, topic kahapon, we have predefined table and we have a user-defined table. So, the usual, if we are a programmer na gumagawa nito, hindi natin ginagamit the usual, yung mga predefined table na yan. We have our own customized table. So, gagawin talaga natin siya. Okay? And wise if you will have your own database talaga. Na own database and then nandun nakagrupo yung sarili mo mismo na mga table na ginawa. Okay? So, yan. So, here we will make a new table. So, ganun lang, right-click actually, then new table lang. Okay? And then, yan. So, mag-create tayo ng table. So, we have here the table name. And this one, these are the column name. Okay? Column name is yung eto na part, like for example, name, data type, that is an example of a column name we have. And then, we can have a lot of columns actually, it depends of course sa ating application na gagawin or sa system na gagawin natin. Okay, so we have here, as you can see, meron siyang susi. Okay, that is what we call the primary key, meaning that ang value na ilalagay natin dyan is, yan yung magiging identifier natin and yan is unique value. So meaning hindi siya pwede paulit-ulit na value. So like for example, yung ID, like for example, if you have an ID of 1001, meaning ikaw lang yung merong ID na nun. Pwedeng magkaroon ka ng kapangalan, pwedeng pareho, merong Juan de la Cruz, but then in terms of the ID, since naka-primary key siya, meaning nun, that is a unique value, wala kang kapareho na ID. Same with, di ba, pag nasa kayo, yung student ID ninyo, wala po kayong kaparehong ID niyan supposedly. And if you have, like for example, SSSID, Pag-ibig, PhilHealth, lahat po yan. All of that IDs are unique. Wala kang kapareho. Okay? So, yan po yung purpose nito. So, meaning, pag mag-i-input ka ng data, is wala po siyang kapareho. Okay? So, ganun yun po purpose ng primary key natin. And it's set as an identifier. Siya yung pinaka-main, kumbaga, na column natin among all of the natin, columns na meron tayo. Okay, so as you have observed, we have 3 columns in here. So we have the ID, the name, and the email. And we set the primary key for the ID. Okay, so after that, all you have to do is to click the OK. And then if you want to see the newly created table, so just look for, naka-alphabet, naman siya. Okay? Alphabetical naman siya, so hindi mahirap siyang hanapin. So, meron na doon. So, meron na tayo ditong students na table, which is yung ginawa kanina. And then with a column na ID, name, and the email. So, eto na yung information na meron tayo about that table. So, ID is a number, so on, so forth. Okay, my name is a var character. So, eto pa lang, nagde-define pa lang tayo ng students na table. Wala pa siyang value actually. Okay, so next. So, dito naman, makikita natin yung data, okay, ng table na yun. But so far, wala pa po siyang laman. Kasi hindi pa naman natin siya nilalagyan. Okay. So, ang gagawin actually dito is, since that is an ID and that is a number, so ang gagawin is, maglalagay lang tayo ng sequence. And then, we will set the start into 1 and then increment by 1. So, kung halimbawa merong unang nilalagay na bagong student, so siya yung una, ang ID niya is 1. Tapos may pangalawa na i-add ka, ID is 2. So, ganun po siya. Pupunta ka lang sa sequence na part para ma-set mo yun. So, hindi mo na siya actually lalagyan, ikaw manually maglalagay ng value. So, yun, pag once na mag-add ka na, diretso na yun siya. So, ang gagawin mo na lang, ang i-input mo na lang na value is si name at saka si email. Okay? Kasi yung ID natin is auto-increment na siya. You don't have to put the value manually. So, si na bahala nun. Si system na ang bahala since we have defined it already na naka-sequence siya. Okay? So, ganun lang yung ang gagawin mo. Pupunta lang kayo doon sa sequence part. Okay? Dito na part. And then, you will just define it according to anong gusto nyo. Like, for example, kung ginawa nga kanina is nag-increment siya into 1. So, meaning, by 1 lang siya. It could be, pag ang huling, ang huling ID is 1. So, mag-increment siya ng another 1. So, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, ganun lang. It's up to you kung gusto mong gawin na 2. So, it's up to you. Okay? And then, the maximum value, ikaw ang bahala din mag-define nun. Okay? So, ganun po yung kung paano gumawa ng auto-incremented na value. Of course, that auto-incremented value is applicable lang sa number, na data type. Hindi siya sa string or any other. Okay? So, sa number lang po talaga siya na data type. Okay? So, meron dito. So, yan. So, kaya si ID lang yung ating ginawang auto-incremented because number siya and name and email, hindi po siya pwede kasi naka-string yan siya. String, varchar is equivalent to our string sa programming language natin. Okay. So, we have here, if we want to have a constraint na na part, yan. So yun na, we will apply the primary key sequence. Yung ginawa natin kanina. So yan. So apply. After that, so yun na-apply na natin yung ating kanina na ginawa na sequence. So yun lang yung gagawin mo. Punta ka lang dito na part sa ating trigger na tab. After sa trigger na tab, meron yung trigger na selection or na option. Then you will go to create PK from sequence. Then just click that one and then okay. So dyan ka mapupunta na window. So ilalagay mo what is your trigger name, then hahanapin mo yung sequence name mo after. So like for example, sa trigger name mo, ilalagay mo student PK trigger, and then yun, hanapin mo yung ginawa kanina na sequence. And then for the column name is ID. Then apply mo lang siya diretso. So yan, confirmation, trigger, student PK trigger created. Okay? So yun po siya. Yung ating advertise muna ha. So yun siya yung first na paggawa ng ano natin, paggawa ng primary key na nakasequence siya. So una, pupunta ka sa sequence na folder dito. And then if you're done doing that one, then i-apply natin siya sa triggers. Okay? So yun na yun. So we have our our primary key na nakasequence. Okay, so this time we will have code a Java project, then connect to Oracle database. So this time ang ginamit niya is Eclipse. So far sa atin we will be using the tawag na to NetBeans. So but then it's up to you kung saan kayo komportable, okay? Same pa rin naman yung actually, yung tawag na to magiging procedure. Okay, so yun lang yung gagawin. So una, nasundan ba natin yun? So pumunta ka sa file. Yan. And then after that, new Java project, gawa ka ng project mo. And then after that, it's up to you kung anong project name mo. Okay. Sige, dito tayo sa in my part na lang muna. Huwag tayo dito sa video. Okay. So, ang gagawin natin, saan na yun? Okay, I will share. Yes, Bibat, do you have a question?
Ma'am, naada po na sa kuan, ma'am, sa cellphone, ma'am.
Yun yung neto. Hindi po siya, kasi we will be dealing with a database na, so hindi po siya natin pwedeng gawin sa sa cellphone. So this one is for na lang, additional information. Okay, and then at least pag once na mag-work on na kayo with programming talaga, and you will do this one sa inyong computer, alam niyo na kung anong gagawin. But then, don't you worry, I will not let you do an activity about it. Okay, this is just an information, additional knowledge for you. Para at least hindi kayo maninibago during the time na magkakaroon na tayo ng ganito na programming na part. Okay? So, yun. So, gagawin natin yung ginawa kanina sa video since hindi siya, tawag na to, hindi siya, hindi nyo siya napapanood kasi naglalag siya. Okay, so now, eto yung natin. Instead of the Eclipse na meron tayo, we will be using the Apache NetBeans. Okay, so I have also here, teka lang ha, wait for a while. Natin. I-exit muna natin yung pinapanood nyo kanina. Saan na ba yun? Bakit nawala? This one. Okay? So, dito tayo sa NetBeans. And then, I want you to see kung ano yung ano talaga ni SQL developer. Hindi ko pa pala siya na-open. Yan. Okay, again, you didn't have to, to install this one kasi when I, what we called it, an instance of the program seems to be already running. Okay, wait lang. Naka-executable file siya, so you don't have to install it. Okay? So, just run it. So, in my case, eto po siya. I have databases na meron tayo dito sa inventory system. I have the, yan lang yun siya. I have the tables here. So, meron akong mga count, books. Okay? Actually, this is just a connection na meron tayo. Okay? And then, another database here is eto, JulieDB. Actually, pareho lang yung pareho ng laman yan. Kasi ang ano lang yan is saan mo siya gagamitin or saan mo siya tatawagin. So, eto yung mga database na meron tayo. Okay, so we have here, this one is a table which is, ang name is account. Okay, so sa account natin, eto yung mga nilagay ko na column. Okay, so we have here the account number, the account name, account username, address, and contact number. Okay, so as you have observed, ang ginamit ko actually is varchar. Okay, kasi safe siya. But then if yun, kung ang pagbabasihan natin ng example is yung kanina, if you talked about account number, it should be a number. Okay? Kaya nga lang, hindi na ako dito nag-set ng sequence kasi. Okay? Hindi na ako nag-set ng sequence para hindi na tayo magkakaroon ng komplikadong gagawin. But then, if you want to do the sequences, para siya, halimbawa, you want na ang account number is from 1, magkakaroon ka, kumbaga, ng tawag na to, auto-increment na ID. So, all you have to do is to put a number in here. Gagawin mo yung data type, number mo siya. So, just edit this one. So, yan. So, si account number is naka-primary key siya actually. And then, edit lang siya into a number for us to have a sequence na, tawag na to, na number or auto-incremented na number. So, pag naka-number na yan siya, okay lang. So, but then, later on, ibalik natin siya sa varchar kasi naka-ano tayo niyan. Oops. So, ayaw niya kasi may laman actually itong But then, yun yung gagawin nyo. It should be a number. May laman kasi yung ating table, kaya hindi siya nag-a-allow ng edition. So, if you want to edit it, then delete mo muna yung laman ng ating table. So, ito po yung laman. For now ito yung laman ng ating table. Okay? So, meron siyang account number 1001, 1002, 1003, then Julie 1, blah, blah, blah. Ayan. And then username, Julie, password, and then yan. So, yan yung laman niya. So, kaya hindi natin may edit yung column mismo na data. So again, balik tayo doon sa sequence. So andito lang naman yung sequence. Okay? Andito lang yung sequence. So dyan, gagawa ka, you will just create a new sequence. So kagaya ng ginawa kanina. And then you will start, like for example, 1, minimum value is 1, and then maximum value, or let's say, start tayo based doon sa aking define na ID. So, increment 1001, start tayo. And then, minimum value is 1001. Siya na ang bahala actually niyan. And then, maximum value is like, for example, 100,000. Okay? So, okay mo lang. Hindi naman kailangan natin yan, no? So, sequence number natin, we have account number, or pwede naman i-ano lang natin, account number. Okay, so yan. So meron na tayong sequence na ganon. Okay, and then after that, so we will just apply it after sa ating table na natin kanina. Okay, so we have here the triggers. So sa triggers natin, yan, pwede tayong magkaroon ng additional trigger here. Or, yun, i-define na natin siya, but then we cannot do that actually kasi di ba hindi siya naka-number yung kanina. Okay, so you will have a trigger here. Sige, let's try kung pwede natin yung gawin. Okay, so trigger name natin, pareho lang siguro natin is account number. And then the sequence name, yung kanina na ginawa natin, eto yun. And then the column name is account number. So but then, yun nga, hindi siya number. So let us see if it will automatically convert, kumbaga. Try natin. So trigger account created. Sige lang. Let us see kung mangyayari yun. Okay? So, but then, hindi siya naka-number. So, ang ibang, developer or IDE nito, yung SQL, kumbaga, is hindi siya nag-ano. Pero let's see, baka, automatically converted siya. Okay? So, eto na yun. So, meron na tayo. Meron na tayong ganitong, table. Actually, here, we can add a data from here. So, let us see kung mag-a-apply yung trigger na yon. Okay, na hindi natin lalagyan ng number dito. So, like for example, this is inserting a data using the SQL developer. We are not yet into the Java programming language. Nasa SQL developer pa lang tayo. Wala pa tayong connection doon kay mismo, kay Java application. Okay? So we have here, like for example, sino ba? Si Jane. Okay, we have Jane in here. So dito natin malalaman kung automatically magko-convert yung varchar natin into a number. Okay? So let's say ang kanyang password is still Jane. O halimbawa, uhaw. Okay, number niya, hayaan mo lang. Okay, yan. Tingnan natin kung mag 1004, meaning successful yung trigger natin. Okay, refresh. Yes. Yun. So, we have here error on saving changes to table system.account. Okay, meron tayong violation. Okay, ang violation natin dito is the username. Wala naman, diba? Violation sa unique constraint natin at line 1. So, okay, so possible that is because of the yung kanina, this is a number, diba? So, hindi siya nag-increment because of the varchar. So, hindi yun siya magsasuccess yung natin kanina, yung triggers. Okay, so we really have to put a value in here manually. Tingnan natin kung lalagyan natin siya, mag-o-okay na ba siya. Okay, so commit successful. So, na-insert na siya. Okay, yun nga, sabi ko kanina, it will not be, hindi siya nag-automatic convert. So, pwede kang gumawa ng trigger, but then in terms of insertion of data na, doon ka problema. Kasi naka-varchar siya, hindi siya number. Okay, so walang conversion siya diretso na mangyayari. Okay, so you really have to truncate everything. When we say truncate, delete everything sa ating database. Okay, para ma-modify natin etong account number into a number. Okay? Again, madali lang naman siya i-modify. Yun lang, just double-click this one, then look for a number na and then this one, dito ka sa pen, then double-click that one, then mayroon yan siyang number. Okay? In this case, hindi ko lang siya pwedeng mapalitan kasi nga meron laman yung ating table. Okay? So now, hayaan na lang muna natin yan. Basta ganun siya paggagawa ng sequence. Okay? So una, punta ka dito sa folder. Yan. And then, punta ka dito sa trigger. So, mag-a-add ka ng new trigger. And then, after sa new trigger, you will test it. Okay? You will test it kung gagana yung trigger mo. Okay? But then, for the meantime, again, hindi siya gumana because of hindi naka-number si account number natin dito. Okay? It looks like a number, but then naka-define siya as varchar, which is string. Okay? So after that, after dito, nakaset ka na dito ng ng table mo, pwede mo na yan siyang gamitin for your coding doon sa part ni NetBeans. Okay? So nasundan ba? Nakikita niyo naman yung aking shared screen? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sige. Next. Yes, ano yon? Okay, so since we're done with the Oracle SQL Developer na IDE, so punta tayo ngayon sa NetBeans. Again, you have to install the XE muna, yung Oracle Database XE. Punta tayo sa Google Classroom nyo muna ha. Punta tayo sa Google Classroom para makita nyo yung sinasabi ko. Andun yung materials. Okay? So, if I were you, if you really want or if you really go with programming, it is an advantage na i-download nyo yon. Okay? Kaysa maghahanap pa kayo ng mga links and everything. Okay? So, nandito po yung ating installer. Okay? So, again, ito yung i-install nyo, the Apache NetBeans at saka yung Oracle XE natin. Yan yung i-install natin. Ang SQL developer natin, ito yung ginamit natin dito. You don't have to install that one kasi meron na yan siyang executable file mismo na magagamit mo yung application. And this OJDBC later gagamitin natin. Okay, so assuming we have installed already the Oracle XE and the Apache NetBeans. Okay? So, andito na tayo kay Apache NetBeans. We will make a new project. Okay? So, from here, file tayo, new project tayo. And then, so Java with Ant lang muna tayo, then Java application next tayo. And then, like for example, we will name it like JDVP demo. Okay? So, next lang natin, finish. Yan. After this, so meron na tayo dito. After this, we will just have to include yung ating OJDVC driver. So, here, punta ka sa set configuration, customize, and then punta ka sa libraries. And then as you have observed, wala pang yung si class path natin. So lagyan natin yan siya ng add jar folder. Okay? Add jar folder, pupunta ka doon kung saan nakalagay yung OJDBC mo. So eto lang siya, OJDBC 10. Okay? Open mo yan siya. And then, okay lang. Okay? So, from that, ang gagawin natin, so like for example, eto yung ating, dito tayo magko-connect, halimbawa lang. Dito tayo magko-connect ng ating, from here sa Java programming nating language to our database. So, kanina yung natin, table natin is, we have the table name account. Okay? So, eto siya. Okay? So, yan yung, dyan tayo magko-connect mamaya. And then, it should display like this. Okay? Eto na account. Eto na value, kumbaga. Okay? So, now, ang gagawin natin, so, nakapag-connect na tayo. So, meron na tayong OJDBC. So, ang gagawin na lang natin, magko-code tayo. Okay? So, from here, delete lang natin yan. So I ready na actually. Teka lang ha. Ito yung ginamit namin nung sa isang training. So we have, teka lang ha, output. So ano yun? First batch, this one. Okay? So, ito yung step-by-step na gagawin actually. Okay, so we will install Oracle XE in the Apache NetBeans. Then we will create a Java project in Apache NetBeans. Then add library. Ito yung ginawa natin. Then we will connect a database using a Java code. Okay? So this time, ito po yung para sa connection natin. As you have seen, meron po siyang try. Okay? So may try catch kasi na mangyayari talaga sa kanya. Kahit hindi mo siya lagyan actually, pipilitin ka talaga ni IDE na maglagay ng try catch. So ito yung code mo, itatry niya, itetest niya kung may error yan siya, hanapan niya, kung may exception siya. Tapos, ang ine-expect kasi na exception pag once na ganito is SQL exception. So siya din actually ang maglalagay niyan. So like for example, this one. This line, etong line na to actually will try you to connect doon sa database. So eto naman, this is just a message lang naman. Okay? Na you successfully connected to your what we call that database. Okay, so kopyahin natin to, then you will see na magpo-force siya ng try catch. Okay, so we have in here, lagay natin dito. Okay, eto gagamit tayo siguro ng gagamit tayo ng, try natin munang gamitin yung topic natin kahapon, which is yung functions and methods. Okay? So, public static, kasi tatawagin siya sa natin main natin. So, kailangan may static tayo. Public static, it will not give us, or it will not return a value anyway. So, i-void natin siya. And then, pangalan niya is connect DB. Bawa. And then, so, enclose mo lang. Yan. So, gagamitin lang natin yung natutunan natin kahapon, kung na-remember nyo. And then, we have this one. So, ang kagandahan lang sa IDE na to, unlike with the editor natin, hindi siya nagbibigay ng error. Okay, so as you can see, may mga dito, parang mga bubbles or lights. Okay, so meaning merong error na arise. And actually, that error also will give us suggestion kung paano siya masosolve. So here, ang kailangan natin i-import is itong com.sunjdi connector para magamit natin yung connection natin. Okay? Na class. So, click mo lang yan. So, another error pa, meaning mag-i-import ka pa daw ng driver manager. Okay? So, later on, we will have that one. And then, eto, import tayo. So, isa na lang yung error natin. Create the driver package JDMO source package. So, enclose driver manager get connection. Ano ang natin dito? Dito tayo sa database. Okay, mag-a-add tayo ng driver manager. Drivers. Anyway, bakit kaya ito meron naman siya. May Oracle theme na tayo. What happened to this? Connect muna natin to dito. So, andyan na siya. Ang gagawin, create last term. Sige lang. Nandiyan na actually. Sige lang, iyan na lang natin to. Doon tayo sa nagawa natin last time. Bakit siya nag-error? Ganyan talaga siya pag nagde-demo no nag-error. But anyway, we have here yung ating banking system. Account pa rin yun eh. So, wala naman tayong ginawa doon na bago. Okay? So, we have here the login account. So, dito sa login account, saan na siya? Okay, lagay natin siya dito. This part, medyo madami-dami na siya, no? Ito yung part na nagkaroon tayo ng connection. Saan na si connection na part? Okay, wait lang ha. Ito. Nag-connection tayo dito. Okay, we forgot to have this class for name pala. Sorry. Ito yung ano natin. Error. Anyway, sige lang. Add lang naman natin to. Okay. So that is for ano yan? Just wait for a while. Bakit ayaw niya pa rin? Balik lang tayo dito ha. Connection Kwan. Sige, to be safe, i-ano natin to, asterisk. Okay, yung ating dito na part. Hindi siya nag-ano pala. Hindi siya automatically naglagay ng driver. Okay, that is one. Mag-i-import tayo. Ito, gamitin natin yan. Yan. And then, hindi pa rin siya. So, ika-cast out. Ito na. So, yan, since naglagay na tayo, ika-cast out na natin lang siya. And then, add throws lang. So, yun. Maglalagay siya ng kanyang mga sariling ways on how to do it. So, eto siya. Eto yung mga exception na ine-expect niya, yung mga errors. So, since na-throws na natin siya, meaning, kung may ma-encounter man na error, then, eto siya ang sasalo ng lahat. Okay? Then, after that, we will just call. So, eto na yung ating, eto lang yung gagawin natin ha. Yun lang, you really have to know yung mga kailangan i-import. So, kanina, di ba, nabanggit eto sila, javax.sql, yung javax.swing. Actually, for you to be safe, kung gumamit ka ng napakaraming ano, you have to, better to use the asterisk, meaning the all. Yun nga lang, medyo mas mabigat yung magiging code mo or yung program mo since you will be downloading everything, yung library or packages sa program mo mismo. So, magiging laggy siya if mabigat na talaga masyado siya. Okay, but so far, hindi naman siya masyado mabigat ngayon kasi hindi naman natin siya ginawang tawag na to, yung napakahabang program talaga. Okay, so the expected output for this is it will display successfully connected to Julia JavaCon database. If lalabas ito, meaning connected na siya doon sa ating database, which is nandito na part. Okay? So, and we will just run this one. Saan na yun? Ito. Run that file. And then, so saan na si J, saan na yung kanyang, dapat may lumabas yan, na J option pane. Okay, hindi pa natin siya tinatawag, sorry. So, tatawagin muna natin yung ating function. Okay, connect DB. So, ganun lang naman yon. Wait lang. Ano niya? Magta-throws lang tayo. Okay? So, para pag merong ma-encounter na error, as if wala siyang error. Okay? So, ganun yung mangyayari. Run. And then, yun. This one naman, it could be the casting will, ano daw ang sinasabi? In thread main java.lang class oracle. cannot be cast to class loader up. Oh, why? To connect DB daw natin may error sa 30 na line. Nag-casting siya. Sige, hanapin natin, alisin natin tong casting na to. Pag aalisin siya, okay. Ano lang natin ha. Configure natin siya. Ang connection niya eh. Anyway, so yun, ang ano lang naman natin is maybe meron tayong na ano dito, but everything is set naman siya. Or we can make it na lang na diretso. Baka ayaw niya. Ayaw niya doon. Alisin natin to para hindi doble. We'll run this one. Ganun pa rin. So, ayaw niyang i-cast. Anyway, dito naman, eto siya na program. Same pa rin naman siya. Okay, so we will have this one. Okay? Eto yung itetest na lang natin kasi merong problema doon na side. Okay? So, eto na part, it should be try and catch. Kaya nga nanibago ako doon sa ano na yun. Okay? So, pag i-click natin si i-click natin si tawag na to, eto na part, design. Okay, magkakaroon siya ng supposedly na connection is successfully connected. Ganun. So, which is eto, or success. Okay, so call natin siya. Pag once na i-connect natin siya, magkakaroon siya ng ganun na error. Ay na message. So, we have here, project data tayo, no? Project, or diretso natin ilagay na lang pala. Ang gulo. This is actually ano pa rin naman. Pero inalaw niya. Kanina ayaw niya. Okay. So, ita-try catch lang natin siya. Yan. So, ganyan yung try catch niya. So, if we will click the login, may lalabas na something. Okay? Na success. Kasi yun yung dinefine natin something talaga. Okay? Na success kasi yun yung nilagay natin dito na part. J option pane success. Run that one. Okay? Click lang natin without any information pa. Okay, yan. So, ganun yung ang mangyayari. Bakit napunta siya dyan? Okay, so, yun po yung purpose natin. Okay, so, after that, sige, nakapag-login na tayo. So, yun lang yung code mo actually. I don't know bakit nangyari doon. Ayaw niya doon mag-run. Pero eto yun, yan lang yung code mo for our connection. After connection, ang gagawin natin is we will try to add a value doon sa ating account na part. So, gamitin na lang natin itong ginawa ko na na diretso. Ready na. Okay? So, we have here the account na files. Same pa rin naman. Ito siya with graphics lang to. Basically, doon sa sa tawag nito sa tinatry na i-demo ng video is wala yung graphics, puro lang yung textual. Okay? So, gagamitin natin to na port. Okay, for adding naman, so since connected na tayo, wala na tayong problema sa sa connection. Ito naman yung code sa ating adding na port. Okay? So, medyo mahaba-haba nga lang siya. Pero actually, ang adding na part is short lang naman. Okay, eto lang naman yung ano na lang natin. Ito lang naman yung insertion na part, adding na part. Okay? Yan lang yung add na part natin. It's just that, ito actually, so ito ang kailangan natin for adding. Then etong connect DB, ito siya actually yung code natin from here. Wait lang ha. Sa ibang class. Okay, tinawag lang natin siya. Okay? Naka-public siya. So, according sa ating functions and method na topic, we can use this function since naka-public siya. Okay? So, tatawagin lang natin siya dito na part. So, yun yung ginawa natin. Connect db.create statement. Okay? So, eto yung line na gagamitin natin for our insertion. Okay? Etong mga nandito is just an add-ons. Yan. Okay? And then, eto na part, eto siya yung display. Magsisearch ka. Eto yung kanyang line, kumbaga. Then, yan, silang dalawa. And then, for the display, so from here, na display, so eto na yung gagawin natin. This is just mga additional. Eto na yung display na part, na ilalagay natin siya sa table. Ang table na sinasabi natin is eto. Okay? Eto siya yung table natin. Okay? So, pag add natin, okay, ang add natin dito, pag click natin ng add, kung ano yung value na meron tayo dito, kukunin natin, yun yung ilalagay natin during insertion. Eto yun, na part. Okay? So, like for example, i-ano na lang natin para makita nyo lahat. So, yan. So, ito yung sa insertion na part. Okay, ito yung mga pangalan ng ating, ito yung mga pangalan ng mga text natin. Ito. So, makikita nyo yun dito, ang mga pangalan niya sa code. Yan, text account, text department. Ikaw actually ang maglalagay. Okay? Actually, etong mga field na yan, nandito lang po yan sa gilid. Okay, nandito lang yan. All you have to do, halimbawa, gusto mo ng text field. Okay, ang gagawin mo lang, drag and drop mo lang siya. Okay, gusto mo ng label, drag and drop mo lang siya. Okay, yan. So, i-change mo yung pangalan niya. Halimbawa, sample. Halimbawa, sample lang ang pangalan mo. But then, if we are talking about text, dapat may nakalagay dyan, txt, para alam natin na that is sample. And then the first letter of the second word is naka-big letter. So, yan yung pangalan niya. And then, pangalan pa lang yan ha, hindi pa natin ni-change yung kanyang label. So, like for example, txt sample. Okay? Ito pala label siya. Since label siya, LBL yan. Yan yung mga shortcut sa naming convention. But in terms of labeling, dito tayo sa properties. So, halimbawa, ito, lagyan natin sample. And then, ang laman ng text field natin is wala. So, alisin lang natin. So, ganyan siya. So, ganun lang naman etong mga field na to. Lahat na nandito is drag and drop lang. So, it's up to you kung gagamitin mo or not. Okay? So, yun. So, so far, ang pinaka-useful natin na ginagamit is etong text field, which is eto na part. Iba si text area sa text field. Text field, label, eto siya, combo box. So, pag i-click mo, meron siyang mga additional information and pwede ka mag-choose doon. And then, eto siya is button. Okay? So, puro lang siya drag and drop. So, same pa rin naman, nandito lang sa properties and code ang ang gagawin mo. Okay? Ang gagalawin, I mean. Okay? So, now, sa adding tayo na part again, balik. So, lahat ng data nandito, kasi dito tayo gagalaw ng mga data. So, lahat ng data dyan, kukunin lang natin for adding. So, eto yung nangyari. Okay? So insert into, ito yung syntax niya to add. Insert into accounts values. And then ito na yung mga value na ilalagay natin. Dito naman, you then have to specify kung anong field ang paglalagyan mo kasi lahat naman nilagyan mo. Unless, like for example, kanina, ginawa nating series, yung ating ID number. So, kailangan mo i-define talaga kung ano yung pangalan ng ating mga fields or columns. Like for example, yung ating sa SQL driver, di ba may columns tayo na account number. So, kailangan natin i-define dito. Kung hindi man natin lagyan, so start tayo with, since account number is naka-sequence na siya, naka-series na siya, so we don't have to put that one already. Start ka na sa account name. Okay? Halimbawa, ACC, name, ganyan, and then act username, ganyan. Naka-ano lang siya, naka-comma lang siya. Okay? If hindi lahat ng field, merong value dito. Pero, kung lahat naman ito na column or field is merong value, like for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 column tayo. So, dapat 6 na value ang meron dito. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Kung 5 lang yan, because of naka-sequence si account number, you have to define it here na side. Okay? Lahat ng mga fields na lalagyan mo ng value. Okay? Para hindi mawala, magkalat-kalat. And then, si system na bahala for the sequence kasi nakaset na siya. But then again, hindi natin siya na-set because may laman yung ating table. Okay? So, alisin lang natin to kasi lahat naman, ang ginawa natin dito na side is lahat merong value, lahat ng column. Okay? So, yan yung ano. After yan, sa SQL statement natin, we will execute that statement here na part. So, meaning, dito magkakaroon ng adding talaga. Eto, magde-display lang siya ng successfully added. And then, after niya na successful add, yung ano niya, yung mga data na meron tayo dito na nilagay, i-clear lang niya. This text clearing is a function na ginawa ko. Naka-user defined siya. And then this one is nandito lang yan. Nasa taas ba? Text clearing natin. Yan. Eto po siya. Ang text clearing lang ng ginawa ko lang ang laman ng each of this is mawawala. So, sinet ko lang siya into blanco. So, after I click this one, mawawala yung mga value na meron ako dito. Okay? And then after that, balik tayo sa text, sa ano yon? Okay, after clearing, ngayon, eto naman tayo. SQL naman ito for viewing or display. Okay? So, this is an SQL. SQL is structured query language. Yun lang yung naiintindihan ng ating database. Okay? So, meron tayong ganito. And then, e-execute na natin siya yung ating query for searching. Ito siya, query for our adding a data. Okay? Dito naman is for displaying. Okay? Insert for adding, select for, tawag nito, display and search. Okay? So, after that, i-execute lang natin. After execution, so, eto naman, that is just additional. Pag ita-type mo kasi etong mga code na to, ang original na mga code natin is eto lang, yung walang try-catch. Okay? Eto, additional na yan. Yan yung pag may lalabas na error, i-click mo lang, meaning lagyan mo lang ng catch. Okay? And then si system na diretso ang maglalagay nito. Okay? Dito lang naman yan makikita, yung may red. Okay? So, yon. And then after that, so nakapag-query na tayo for display. So, ang gagawin na lang is, eto nag-set lang tayo na ang editing row niya is nakaset into 30. Para ang viewing niya is hanggang 30 na row. Okay? Sa initial niya, para hindi mabigat, hindi siya aabot ng 100 or what, kung ilan yung laman ng ating table. Okay? So, dito naman, dito nangyari. So, I hope you will remember the while loop. So, ang trabaho ng while loop natin dito, hanggang may next value pa siya na mapupuntahan, next row na mapupuntahan, it will keep on looping. Kasi, i-display niya yung laman dito. Okay? Ang sinasabi niya na next is yung nakuha niya na value from here. Okay? And yung nakuha niya na value from here is i-add niya, i-display niya dito sa table natin, dito na part. Okay? So, pag once na iparun na natin siya, ganito po yan ang ang mangyayari. Okay, run file. So, eto. So, kanina hindi siya nawala, no? So, anyway, ganun siya. And then, pag nag-add ako, adding muna tayo ha. Pag nag-add ako, halimbawa, 1005, depositor's name, halimbawa, Jake. Then we have, halimbawa, Mabuhay. Contact number, anything lang. Username, Jake lang. And then Jake. Eto ha, this one, username and account number is a unique value. So pag once na meron siyang kapangalan dito, mag-e-error yan siya. Wala siyang gagawin. Okay, so like for example, I will make it si 105, gagawin kong 4. As you have observed, meron yan siyang 104 dyan. So if I'll try to add this one, mag-e-error siya. So eto, may error message yan actually. Yan. Nag-success siya sa connection lang yan ha, pero sa adding, hindi yan nag-success. Merong error message dito na part. Yan. So, meron siyang error kasi, yan. Dito na part. Violated natin yung constraint, yung unique constraint. So, dapat wala siyang kapareho. So, now let us just try to change that 1 into 5. Even here, like for example, eto siya kasi, sinet ko din siya as unique talaga. Okay? Kasi wala naman ding magkapareho na username. Diba? Okay? So, Jake, then, I will make it, anong meron na dyan? We have Jane. So, pag add ko, still error yan siya. Success lang yung connection, pero error pa rin yan siya. Yan. Ito na part. Error na naman. Yan. Constraint pa rin ang sinasabi niya. Unique constraint. Kasi dinefine ko yan siya dito sa SQL developer natin na unique. Okay? So, tingnan natin. This one. Okay, naka-unique yan siya. Yan. Sana ba yun? Constraint and access. Yun next. Yun, ano. Ayun yung magpakita. Pero naka-ano yan siya. Nakaset yan siya as unique value. Okay? So, ayaw niya lang magpakita. Ayan, etong constraint natin. No, that is not, it should not, yun, ano. Balik tayo. Columns. So, yan. Hindi yan siya yun, ano. Yan, naka-unique siya. So, hindi siya primary key, pero naka-unique siya. So, hindi natin siya malalagyan ng, or magkaka-error siya talaga. Okay? So, yan. And then, all we have to do for that is, of course, put another value. So, add lang natin. Success. After this, dapat may lalabas na dito. Okay, added. Okay, so yan na siya. Si Jake, Mabuhay 05, blah, blah, blah. For adding eto na part. Okay, so cancel tayo para sa update naman tayo na part. Okay, so alisin lang natin ang ano ba to? Teka lang ha. Nagkagulo na siya eh. I-arrange muna natin. Kasi ang gulo niya na. Next natin yan. And then, eto. Sana tayo kanina. Form account. Si form account, meron tayong dito. Nag-connect DB tayo, no? Tatayo kay project data. Ano lang natin, i-comment lang natin to kasi magulo siya. Naglalagay siya ng success. Okay? So anyway, this one naman is already ano naman. So yan lang po actually ang connection natin. I don't know why nagkakaroon siya ng error doon sa isang site. Okay? Pero yan lang po yung ano niya for connection. Then, punta tayo form account. This time, so we're done with the adding part. Okay? Sa update part naman, ito naman yung gagawin. Okay? This one is the update part. Wait lang. Ayaw niyang mag-move para magkaroon tayo ng ano. So this one is the update part. Ano lang natin para makita niyo talaga kung anong laman. Okay. So ito naman yung query for the update. Okay? So ito lang yun, update account, set account name. Ito naman is the name of your field or column, which is ito yun. Account name, yan. Account name, account username, account password, account address, account contact number. Okay? So this one, yan. Ito naman yung name ng ating mga text boxes, which is ito. Okay? Para masundan nyo kung para saan yan siya. And then, so as a whole, ito yung syntax for updating. So halimbawa, meron kang i-update sa depositor's name, ganyan lang, sa address, sa contact number. It's up to you kung ano ang i-edit nyo. But, big no-no po tayo na mag-i-edit sa ating account number and supposedly, hindi tayo pwedeng mag-edit ng text username natin. But then again, ang text username natin is naman siya, optional. If you want to edit, it's up to you. Pero if we will base it in a real world scenario, username cannot be edited. Kasi kung ano yung username mo talaga, yun na yung gagamitin mo throughout. But then here, inallow lang natin kasi that is possible naman talaga if we will let the user to change. But then in a real world nga, hindi po siya pinapa-change talaga. Okay, so after that, this language, structured query language natin. By the way, same pa rin yun ha, meron pa yung statement na ganito sa unahan. So para magawa natin to. Okay, that is just a variable din kasi this is classes. Nagkaroon lang tayo ng instantiation. So statement, ginamit natin dito, SQL is this for this, and then result set is para sa next natin mamaya. Okay, so later, makikita nyo yan. Okay, so here, so yun na, nag-connect na tayo sa ating database. After that, meron na tayong query language. And then, in-execute na natin siya. Okay? After that, magkakaroon na tayo ng successfully updated. And then, we call the display na naman. Gumawa tayo ng display actually na method or function. User-defined yan. Nandito po siya. Teka lang ha. Right-click natin. Then, mapupuntahan ba natin yung ano niya? Code, select code, navigate, go to source. Okay, so ayan siya. Okay? So, eto po yung display natin na method. Okay, same yung kanina pa rin. Okay? Ginawan ko na lang ng display para tawag-tawagin na lang natin siya, hindi natin siya i-code. Kasi kung hindi natin siya, halimbawa ha, kung hindi natin siya ganito, hindi natin siya nilagay sa ating function, i-code natin siya ulit kung saan natin siya tinawag. Okay? So like for example, kasi ang goal natin, after update, makikita natin kung ano yung result doon sa ating dito, 'di ba? So pag hindi natin siya tinawag or hindi natin siya ginawa ng function, ang mangyayari, i-code natin na naman siya dito. Paulit-ulit na naman. Okay? Which is napakahaba. Asan na yun? Okay? Napakahaba yun na code. Ito yung display natin, di ba? Okay, napakahaba yun na code. We will go to that source, then copy that one. Okay? Halimbawa lang ha, na hindi natin siya ginawang function. So, eto, i-delete natin yan, and then ganyan siya. So, napakahaba niya na lines na naman. And meaning nun, we will need a lot of memory space. So, kaya nilagay natin siya sa isang function and all we have to do is call na lang. Okay? So, yun na yun siya. So, hopefully, na-remember natin yung ginawa natin kahapon. Okay? Para makarelate sa pinag-uusapan ngayon. Okay? So, this is a function. Okay, so after that, so ang goal lang niya, okay, again, ang goal lang niya, i-update lang yung information ng specific customer or depositor na information. Okay, so ito yung SQL, and execute niya, so dapat na-change na, and then magde-display siya ng successfully updated, and then tatawagin niya yung function na display, which is mag-a-update yung data from here. So, we will try to run this program. Bakit siya may error daw? Wala naman tayong pinakialaman, diba? Okay, anyway, baka kanina kasi tayo, copy-paste tayo. Run. Okay, so wala naman. So, if you want to update something, we will have, to click lang dito. Okay? So, mag-click lang tayo kung sino yung gustong i-update natin. Like, for example, kay Jake, yung ginawa natin kanina. Halimbawa, gawin natin dito, ang pangalan niya pala is Jake Michael. Yan. Oops. So, update lang natin. So, dapat magde-display siya ng successfully updated. Tapos, mag-change din dito yung kanyang name. Update. Successfully updated. Look at the depositor's name from Jake to Jake Michael. So, ganun yung purpose ng line na to. Okay? So, i-update niya, successfully updated, and then magdi-display siya. Okay? So, ganun yung nangyari sa line na to. Again, yung display natin is pareho pa rin naman yung purpose niya kanina. So, we have here, meron tayo, nag-connect tayo kay database, and then declare lang ng variable, select pa rin, and then, eto yon. So, eto yun siya. Eto siya na mga eto yung mga nakuha na information sa ating database. And then, ang ginawa niya lang, from here, nilagay niya sa ating variable. And from that variable, nilagay natin siya sa table. Eto na yon. Ang table name natin is JTable1. Ito yung pangalan. Hindi natin siya, hindi natin change. Hindi ko siya change actually. So, kaya JTable pa rin siya. Nasa default siya. But you can rename that one actually. Again, reminder lang, in naming your components or your object, it should be close to its functionality. So, in this case, if this is depositor's information, it could be, you can name it as TBL dep info. So, depositor's information yon. Shortcut, hindi mo pwedeng lengthy masyado din na name. And walang dapat na space yon. Katulad pa rin siya ng mga variable naming. Walang space dapat. Okay? So, yun po yung para kay update. So, and this is for searching lang naman. Okay? For the deletion naman, so we're done with the update, deletion na naman tayo na part. Okay? Sa deletion na part, okay? So, eto naman yung sa deletion na part. Eto siya sobra-sobra yung ating search, no? At saka display. Okay? Kasi hindi siya gumagana, I don't know why. Pero, sige lang, hayaan lang natin siya. Ayaw niyang sumunod actually. So, sa deletion naman na part, same pa rin. As you have observed, pare-pareho lang, di ba? Eto lang talaga ang magkakaiba. Okay? So, same pa rin yung natin, yung ating coding. Okay, wait lang ha. Same lang ang ating coding. Ayun yung sumunod. Okay, so dito lang. So instead of, kanina pag nag-update tayo, di ba, update ang term natin. Pag nag-add tayo, insert. So pansinin nyo. Sa adding, insert. Ito yung kanyang syntax. Insert into account values, yung value na gusto mong i-add. Yan yung sa adding. Ang sa ating update naman is update naman ang term. Okay? So, update account set. That is a embedded na mga keywords na meron tayo sa ating database na language. Okay? So, hindi mo yan siya pwedeng palitan. Okay? Ang pwede mo lang palitan, maybe the name of your text. Diba? Depende kung paano mo ni-name yung mga text mo dito, text boxes. So, that is for the update. This time, for the delete naman yung term natin. Okay? So, delete from table where, actually, pwedeng siyang delete from account. Wala nang where. But, ang problem nun is, i-delete niya lahat ng information na meron ka sa table mo. Meaning, as in lahat. So, halimbawa, eto yung laman niya, tapos hindi ka nag-condition, hindi ka nag-where, meaning lahat ito madi-delete. But pag meron kang condition where account number is depende kay account get text mo na nakuha, yun lang yung i-delete niya. Halimbawa ito si Jake Michael. Dinilit ko siya. Si Jake Michael lang yung madi-delete. Hindi nakasali yung iba pa. Yun yung kaibahan pag may condition ka at walang condition. So safe, meron ka dapat condition. Okay? Unless you are having a maintenance, tapos gusto mo talaga siyang i-delete. But then if you want to do that, actually may truncate naman na part. Okay? Truncate na term. So, ganun yung gagawin natin. Okay? So, here, nakadepende ang i-delete natin sa kung ano yung value dito sa account number natin. Okay? So, go back tayo. So, after niya, ito, i-execute niya lang, tapos i-display niya lang, successfully deleted, and supposedly, it will update yung table natin na laman. But I don't know, hindi siya gumagana sa akin kahapon. I don't know ngayon kung gagana siya. Okay? So, yan. So, pag-run natin, ulit, nagdodoble na yung ano natin. No? So, laman natin si Jake. So, I will delete this one. So, successfully deleted. Supposedly, hindi na siya makikita dito sa table. Okay, hopefully magumana siya. If not, we will just close it. Okay? Okay, so hindi siya gumana. So, para matest talaga natin siya na nawala siya, cancel lang natin, run natin siya ulit. Ano yun? Yan. So, wala na siyang laman. Okay, so na-delete na siya. So, that's how add, update, and delete happen. Okay, so yun yung mga terminologies or yun yung mga syntaxes na meron tayo for add, update, and delete. And of course, for searching and display kanina. Okay, ngayon I have two dito for searching. I have two functions na ginawa para sa searching. Kasi merong searching na ang mangyayari is just tingnan natin dito For the searching we have here. Ito siya, display and search naman to. So for the display, observe mo siya, pareho lang yan siya ng goal is to display the content or laman ng ating table. Okay? So puntahan natin yan. Go to source. Dito kasi wala akong condition na ginawa. So ang gusto ko lang, lahat ng laman ng table is i-display ko. Yan yung kay display. Okay, so wala ang condition. But then the rest of the code dyan is pareho lang naman. Okay, so sa search ko naman na function, okay, sa search ko na function, same ang ating goal to display the, what we called it, not this one I think, ito, na part. Ito na part, same ang natin goal is to display the value or the content ng ating table. What is the only difference is naka-base ako sa account number. Kung kung ganito yung account number niya, yun lang yung ilalabas niya. Okay, anong kaibahan niya? If you will run this program, saan na yun na part? Eto, run. Okay. Eto siya, ang ginamit ko dito is for display. Wala siyang condition. Okay? Lahat lang ng laman ni, what we call it, ni account table, dinisplay ko. But in times of searching na ako, in terms of account number, like for example, gusto ko lang makita si 1001. When I click this one, yan, siya lang ang makikita ko. Halimbawa, gusto ko si 3 lang. Yun. Yan yung may condition na part. Ito yung code na yun. Select all from account where account number like account number, which is ito yun actually. Nagaling sa text search pa rin natin. Ang text search natin is ito yun. Okay? So, yun yung ano natin for searching. And as you have observed, gamit natin lahat yung mga topic natin. Nandyan si while loop, nandyan si declaration of variable, andito din yung if statement, if else natin na structure. Okay? So nandito din yung ginawa natin na functions. So sina display at saka si search. So yun, this is very, some of it actually, some of the of the code hindi ko nagawan ng function. Si search at saka si display ginawan ko kasi very very tawag niyan, in demand kumbaga. Every action mo kaya kailanganin mo siya. Okay? So kaya kailangan natin ng function na lang and then tawagin mo na lang yun kesa paulit-ulitin mo siyang i-code. And that will cause a lengthy code and that will cause a loggy program if napakahaba niya na. Kasi it will need a lot of parang malaking memory space. So ganun po yung natin. One of the advantage of having a function is malalesen mo yung memory space na gagamitin mo. Okay, yung allocation niya. So that's how the add, update, delete. Okay, na ating mga common na task na meron tayo sa databases natin. And what is good again with this database is that ang lahat ng information natin dyan is hindi siya temporary. Okay? As long as hindi mo siya i-delete, okay? As long as hindi mo siya i-delete, hindi po yan siya mawawala. Okay? Unlike with, gumagamit tayo ng variable, after running, wala na po yung value ng variable. Okay? Hindi yan siya forever nandyan. So pag ipapatak mo natin yung program natin, ibang value na naman yung kanyang ibibigay sa atin. Kasi hindi siya forever na dyan. Unlike with, ang naka-database is kung ano yung laman yan. Okay? Kung ano yung laman dito, yan yung talagang pwede mo siyang kukunin anytime na kakailanganin mo siya. At hindi siya basta-basta na di-delete unless i-delete mo talaga siya. Okay? That's how our database works, and that's the advantage of having a database. And to give you more ideas, lahat po ng mga application natin is naka-database. Okay? Sa Facebook natin, yung information po natin nasa database po yan. Kaya when you open your Facebook, andyan pa din yung mga friends mo na mga list, andyan pa rin yung mga pictures mo, videos mo, lahat po yan naka-database. Kaya nga lang, malaki yung kanilang yung capacity ng databases nila. Kaya when you make a system, you really have the very important thing na pag-aaralan nyo is yung database. Okay? First, of course, initial part ninyo is you know how to make or how to program. Okay? As you have observed naman, nagpo-program tayo without a database. Because that program is not that important compared to sa nakikita natin na mga program like banking system, cashiering system na ginagamit ng mga sa malls. All of that actually is naka-database. And they will not do that the manual computation anymore. Kasi naka-ano na siya lahat application. Okay? Hindi po siya, yung program nila is hindi po siya kagaya ng ginagawa natin sa mga exercises natin. Hindi siya ganon. Pero, that is an advantage when you know how to program. Kasi dyan lahat nag-start. After that, doon na magne-next yung knowledge mo about the database. Iko-connect mo na siya ngayon. So may dalawa na tayong pinag-uusapan na application. Yung programming language natin at saka yung database natin. Then, pag once na meron ka na nun, na knowledge na ganun, then you can be a programmer na. Okay? And you can make a system like ginagawa natin sa mga malls, sa bangko, at sa kung ano-ano pa, social media. Okay? And if we talk about database, by the way, we have different kinds of databases. Ang ginamit lang natin dito is Oracle kasi yun yung partner ng TESDA. And Oracle is the very famous so far na database na meron tayo ngayon. Okay? Sila yung stable and everything. Okay? So kaya we really need to know this kind of database. But then again, ang ginagamit ng the usual ng iba, meron din tayong mga MS SQL which is from the Microsoft yan na database, MS SQL. Meron din tayong MySQL, okay? A lot of different kinds of databases. Okay? But then yun nga, ito yung ating ginamit because of the partnership ng TESDA. Okay, so I hope with this kind of demonstration, meron kayong natutunan. Okay, so any questions so far sa napag-usapan natin? By the way, magbibigay din ako pala ng information sa later na to.
Medyo nalutang ko, ma'am.
Medyo nalutang. Nakakalito ba? Medyo siya, no, di ba? Kumbaga, at first talaga, when you make this kind of program, maninibago ka talaga actually. Nakakaano siya, but then, it's very satisfying pag once nagawa mo siya. Unang gagawin nyo is, gawa muna kayo ng program na like, yung add, update, delete and search lang. Yun lang yun. Wala kang ibang, pwede kang walang condition muna. Walang validation. Add, edit, delete, and search. Yun lang yung gagawin mo. After that, if you know that one already, then ang gagawin mo is dun na yung mga validation mo. Mag-i-if statement ka na if in case na magkakaroon ng, halimbawa, blanco siya, kagaya ng ginawa ko dito. Pag blanco siya, yung natin, yung dito na part, saan ko ba yun yung blanco na yun? Teka, dito ba yun? Sa searching yata, dito yata yun na sa bank services. Okay? Dito ako nagkaroon ng mga maraming conditioning. So, eto, I try to find something, but then I did not put a value here. So, pag ganun, so please type account number. Type in account number. Ganun. If in case naman na hindi nag-e-exist, so merong mga condition ng account not found. So, dyan yun papasok yung mga control structure natin. Okay? Dito na part sa ating. Yan. Dito ko siya nilagay. Yan. So, may mga if statement tayo. So, lahat ng napag-usapan natin actually, yung mga conditional statement, control structures natin, those are very useful talaga. Okay? So, yan po siya. So, information overloading, but then again, sabi ko nga, pag once nakuha mo siya, it is very satisfying. Okay? So sa lahat ng merong mga computers, laptops, you may try this one para maano nyo talaga, makapag-start kayo at least at makikita nyo kung programming is really in your in your system talaga. 'Di ba? Meaning nasa sistema ko ba as a student or as a person na maging programmer? So ganun, doon nyo malalaman if you will pursue your career in ICT field or not. 'Di ba? Kasi so far ang napagtuunan niyo pa lang ng talaga is about about the what we call that, the hardware part, which is yun, kaya nga kayo merong CSS, 'di ba? Computer System Servicing. That is more in hardware part, installing a software, setup of the network, 'di ba? Installing the drivers, ano pa ba? Crimping, mga ganon. So more on hardware siya. So again, that one actually, that task, yung mga ganon, is just part of the halimbawa kung mag-IT ka, part of the IT students lang. Ang pinaka-focus ng IT students or ng computer science students is more on programming talaga. Ganito ang ginagawa. So, kung hindi pa kayo sure kasi nasa pa lang kayo, grade 12 kayo, 'di ba? And mag-graduate na kayo. If you are not yet sure with kung ano yung path na patutunguhan nyo, you maybe try programming muna like this one. And then if you think na you can do it, then go. If you think na wala sa sistema mo yung ganito, then at least hindi ka magsisisi na hindi mo siya pinili. Okay? Kung pipiliin mo man siya, hindi ka magsisisi na, like for example, ganito pala yun. Akala ko lang, pindot-pindot lang, yun na yung IT at saka ComSci. Hindi pala, may programming pala na ganito. Again, this programming is just so basic pa. Okay? But what is very, with this, what is good with this is that in terms of the ICT na mga courses, malaking pera talaga siya if you really make use of it. And if you will, tawag na to, seseryosohin mo talaga siya. Okay? And it's very satisfying if you will make a system for yourself. Like for example, you will make your own game para sa'yo. Kasi some of you, a lot of you here, di ba? Sa program, sa gaming. So, you can make your own games. Di ba, nasa akala mo sa mo lang, sa dream mo lang or hanggang plano lang, but then if you will enter in this kind of field, pwede mo yung gagawin actually, magagawa mo yun. Hindi siya ganoon kadali. At lahat naman siguro ng kurso is walang madali, di ba? Hindi siya magiging madali, but then pag once na nafi-feel mo na nakukuha ko na talaga siya, nasa sistema ko na siya, and I cannot live without it. And then, nagagawa mo na yung mga gusto mong gawin sa programming na site, then, it really feel good talaga. It really feels good talaga in our part, if you will go into this. Okay? So, since nasa field kayo na ganito, you have to know if it is talaga, eto ba talaga yung gusto ko or not. Okay? So again, hindi po pindot-pindot lang ang programming. Okay? Hindi ibig sabihin marunong kang maglaro ng Dota, marunong kang maglaro ng ML, marunong kang mag-on and off ng computer, pwede ka na sa IT or sa ComSci. Okay? So you really have to decide para magkaroon kayo ng good decision making. Okay? You have to know how to do it. And if you think that it's not right for you, then back off, diba? If you know na gustong-gusto mo to talaga, and it feels na china-challenge ka, then go, diba? Pursue it. Again, walang madaling kurso, lahat naman mahirap. Okay? Lahat pinaghihirapan, lahat kailangan ng effort. You have to remember that one. And again, eto pa. Ito ang gusto kong iyan sa inyo. Kasi may iba nagkakaroon ng self-pity. Okay? Sinasabi nila, ay, bobo naman ako, hindi ako pwede dyan. Ay, hindi ako pwede sa logic, ano lang ako, memorization and everything. Merong mga ganon na mga words from my students. And even not a student, even yung mga malalaki ng tao. Diba? Na parang, I'm not good to it. I'm not, bobo ako and everything. I want you to know there's no such thing as bobo. Okay? There's no such thing as bobo. Ang meron lang talaga is medyo tinatamad tayo. Okay? To know that thing. Okay? So, if gusto mo talaga, then paghirapan mo siya. Okay? Maging determinadong makamit yun siya. Okay? Again, there's no such thing as bobo talaga. Okay? So, yun lang, kailangan mo talagang magtrabaho para hindi mo matawag yung sarili mo na bobo. Okay? So, lahat ng bagay na pag-aaralan. And always think of kung kaya nila, kaya mo din. Pareho lang kayong kinakain. Diba? So, yun lang talaga yung eagerness, how to do it, how to achieve that goal na gusto mo. Okay? And never compare yourself to others. Never compare yourself to others. Kung nag-success sila in the earlier time, then good for them. Diba? So, just trust God lang talaga. Basta alam mo na ginagawa mo yung part mo and tama yung ginagawa mo, then wait mo lang yung time na para sa'yo. May mga perfect timing kasi na sinasabi. Okay? So yun, wala pong bobo, wala po talagang bobo. Lahat po yan na pag-aaralan. Okay? Yung eagerness lang, yung gaano ka kadeterminado para makuha yan or para matutunan yan, yun yung kulang sa atin. Kaya sinasabi natin ay hindi para sa akin yan. Bobo ako at that part. Okay? So yun po. So hopefully actually, sabi ko nga, hindi ko kayo papagawin nito na mga task kasi I know a lot of you don't have any resources. So what I want you to do is to please comply everything from kung ano yung pinagawa ko sa inyo from day 1 up to the day 11. This one is just an information or additional knowledge para sa inyong programming skills. Okay? So, again, please comply everything from day 1 activity to day 11 activity. Okay? For day 12, wala po tayong gagawin. And for tomorrow, magmi-meet na naman po tayo. And then, another information or idea na sharing and possible at that time, meron tayong ibibigay na activities, na konting activities lang. Okay? But that with hindi katulad nung mga past natin na mga days. Please comply sa mga activities natin. Okay, so for now, again, thank you so much for your time. And then, again hindi po tayo matutuloy bukas for our face-to-face class. So lahat hanggang Friday, pa rin tayo, online class pa rin tayo. Okay? So, for now, have a good afternoon, everyone. God bless and stay safe. Maiwan po yung mga late or hindi nakapag-attendance kanina. Okay? So, again, you may now leave the session. Thank you so much. Good afternoon and stay safe always. Yes, Daryl, may question? Yes, Daryl?
Wala, ma'am.
Ay, na-raise
Wala,
lang.
Oo po.
Sige. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you so much. Ay, si Aldwin daw, merong
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. Aldwin, may question ka? Aldwin Rivero?
Ay, naade kay pangutan na, ma'am.
Sige, ikaw na lang muna. Ikaw-
Nakit ni mo kung napasa sa D8, ma'am?
Day 8, wala pa. Sorry, wala pa. Medyo na-busy kami. Sige lang, kita
Sige,
mamaya ha, mamayang gabi.
Oo, ma'am.
Sige.
Sinda ko, ma'am, kung unsa kong kulang.
Okay, sige, Daryl. Kay Rivero, ano
Ma'am?
yon?
Present ko, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, Rivero. Sige, ko na dito.
Apo.
Sige, thank you for that. Okay na? So, wala nang question? Pwede na tayong mag-exit.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Have a good afternoon. God bless.